up. Where I used to live. Alright, just got to Fram Castle, 25 miles done. Just stopped for a couple of flapjacks. You may have seen in my scenic shots that I've got a new bike. This is a Van Nicholas Ventus titanium road bike. Yeah, absolutely fantastic ride. Going to bring out a quick review of this in a couple of weeks. The gears are Shimano 105, can't fault them. And the brakes themselves are once again a Shimano 105, but this time with the hydraulic. I'm just having a quick breather. I quite literally nearly lost my life just then. A big Mercedes Sprinter van just flew past me and it overtook me in between some bollards. There weren't enough room and he clipped my elbow with his mirror. I had a bit of a wobble, went into a pothole, nearly come off. So I'm just taking 5 minutes to calm down, my heart's racing, and have a little break, have some water. And yeah, I'll get back on the road. I'm going to Peasenall next. That road behind me. Then I'm going through Halesworth. Fingers crossed on pop in, see my mother. I hadn't seen her in a good year and a half because of this virus menarche, so yeah. That was a bit of a shock to the system. I've done about 29 miles so far. I was planning on going through Saxmundham and Leiston, but I'm just going to go straight to Halesworth now and yeah, have a cup of coffee with my old dear, because we don't need any more close calls like that. He got me pretty good, so I didn't get it on camera. I'm going to take a rest, get back on the road. Oh dear. What a beautiful day. Shame about that close call, but things like that happen here in Suffolk. Can't be helped. It's a windy day. I don't know, some people, onwards and upwards. Let's keep going through this magical countryside. It's absolutely beautiful today. As I say, a bit windy, but absolutely fantastic day. Let's keep going and hopefully this wind calms down so we get a few more miles behind us before we take another break. Oh, that sun, I need some sunglasses. This sign doesn't really help me much. I'm going to trust the middle one and go that way. Following the tractor. Bit of straw in the face won't hurt. My legs have taken an absolute pounding. 4¼ miles to Halesworth. Nice little estate entrance over there. You've probably seen in other videos I've created over the years. Off in the co-op to get some snacks, sausage roll and pepper steak size. That's my diet. Off to the pub. I've just stopped off quickly for a 5-minute rest. Just get some more water in me, bit dehydrated still from yesterday. And then where we're going is straight down that way, towards Southwold. Don't know where I'll be camping tonight. Last night I stayed at my mum's. Great to see her again. Let's get back on the road. I've only been on the bike for one day and one night, but already I've got thoughts in my head that I've not had in months, and that is how to edit videos. My creativity was really put down since Christmas time 2020 really, so it's great to be more positive and feel more creative in my mind and come up with sporadic new ideas. So let's get to Southwold, see if we can't get some fish and chips. Yummy! Got into Southwold town, seen a fish and chip shop. Gonna wait for it to open for 10 minutes and hopefully I'll have my large cod and large chip ready in about 15 minutes. Can't wait. I'll eat down the beach, give you a nice shots of the view. There's a fish and chip shop, it's quite a nice one. I always come here when I visit Southwold and go down the beach. Lovely. I've got my fish and chips in my bag. I'm going to scoff that and drink a Dr. Pepper. Slimy fish, oozing butter and stuff. Chips, one undercooked. That is not how I remember that fish and chip shop. The one and the dog wants to come out for a walk at the same time. Big old water tower there, that'd be a good house conversion. Never really believe the amount of flintstone that's in these churches. Absolutely enormous quantity of flint, skillfully chipped away into shape and then plastered in the walls. It's absolutely awesome. I really do love churches. They're absolutely beautifully constructed. A lot of good stonemasons involved in that workmanship right there. What a lovely day, a lovely road. The only issue is the smell of foxes. It's England. Oh my god, what a great place to put a bench. I'll sit my backside down, have a drink, then get back to these dodgy gravel tracks. Because, yeah, they're pretty dodgy. Real thin lanes, not many cars, if any. I'll just pull over for them, you know, nice to be nice. Anyway, I'm going to relax for 5 minutes, have a drink, hit the road, not too hard. I know what you're going to say, this is not the terrain for 28mm tyres, but to be honest, it's all down to your experience. Oh no, soft. That's more dangerous than it looked, and the sand I'm going to go for. It does look like a fairly gnarly route, and well, it is, but to be fair, any bike can do this stuff, but if you want to have more fun, the best fun possible, get a mountain bike or even a gravel adventure bike. That would probably be the most fun for touring, and this is getting pretty deep sand now, so yeah, and a bit of downhill. I thought I'd show you all the concentration on my face when I'm going down things like this. Front brake only, by the way, because it's on the left hand side, European bike. So yeah, oh my god, that sand. Yeah, I might find a place to camp in a minute. Whoa, this is fun video now, isn't it? Cool, mate. You don't know if I'm going to hurt myself or not. Yeah, I'm going to see if I can find somewhere to camp maybe. Yeah, for now on, I'm concentrating on the road. Even though it is quite beautiful. Can you hear the birds? Awesome. I'll feel the roots in a minute. Ah, what have I been doing stuck in? Oh yeah, that. Anyway, more adventures to come this year. This isn't the end of the video, by the way. I'm just letting you know that I'm probably going to fail at something big later in the year. Anyway, this bike's done really well with all the weight on. It's really stable and centralised for a full out racing bike, entry level racing bike. It's done really well. Beautiful up there. Well, bit of sand. Anyway, same situation before. Got downhill coming up. Oh no, not going over yet. Downhill coming up. I'll catch you in a bit. Whoa. Unfortunately, in this situation today, with all this sand and that, and a little bit of rain made it a bit slippery on the top layer, I've got real slick tyres on, them Continental Conti Sport, I think, or something. Really nice, fast-paced 28mm tyres. They're brilliant for the road, but in the sand, obviously they're not meant for that, but in the sand they just do slip a little bit, so you're putting all your skills that you've learnt over the years to the paces. And if you don't have any skills, you'll soon learn them, or you're coming off, aren't you? Anyway, more mud. So beautiful out there. When we get to the top of this God-forsaken hill, should be Dunwich Ferrari, and take a look around. We just cycled up this hill about a fifth of a mile, and here it is, Dunwich Grey Friars medieval Ferrari. A fairly large main entrance there. You can see the main buildings over there that's been rebuilt and demolished over the years. And just like the old abbey down the road, it's got lots and lots of nice flint work in it, with some massive flints spaced out between the walls. Dunwich Ferrari and all the cliff top monuments are under a bit of threat at the moment through coastal erosion. Maybe I'll take a look at that in a minute. I'm not too sure if I can get to the beach from this angle, but we'll take a look around here. Yeah, lots of horse fields now, which is great because it looks after the land for future generations. I remember Time Team a few years back done a bit here and they found absolutely nothing, not much, just a few bits of medieval pottery. There's some really cool architecture around here, but of course you have the modern bricks in there from a couple hundred years ago, just to make it look nice and do it up to living again. Unfortunately, it's been in disrepair repair so long now, it's never going to be fully rebuilt. I love learning about this sort of thing. I just get home, Google it, do a bit of Wikipedia and stuff, and yeah, learn a bit about our history. These rocks up here, sandstone, granite, quartz, all sorts of lovely materials. That's a nice bit of red quartz, that is. Imagine building this wall. You can kind of see the layers where they've worked up and up and up in the main sections, and obviously in the later years they've repaired it with just pebbles like here and a few modern Victorian era bricks and stuff like that. You can see over there the remnants of the old wall that patrols the whole boundary points up to the main and secondary gates. As I said before, it's been patched up over the years. This side, it's got some nice brickwork. This side must have fallen down completely, and they've repaired it, and they've patched it up, and they've repaired the whole thing pretty much in the last couple of hundred years. I really need to get a new saddlebag. I was considering Altura or Apogura bags, but they're really expensive, and these ones are only 30 quid. Might just buy another one of these, or perhaps something else. My rear light, it keeps actually bouncing off and hitting the road quite hard. It's quite a nice little light. I got this from the Smart Bike Light store. This model's called Click CLIQ. It's like a smart light. You can adjust it via your smart apps and your Bluetooth phone, anything like that, and you can adjust all the settings and even pair it up with other lights of that same model. It's quite clever. Remember your reflective decals. I remembered my lights this tour. If you remember my Pedder's Way trip, I forgot my lights, my paracord, and sat now, so I can't remember what I forgot. But anyway, I'm going to enjoy this lovely view for 5 minutes, then get back on the road. I was saying earlier about the coastal erosion here in Dunwich. Yeah, it's pretty bad, and it's going fast. Stopped off for a quick break at Westleton Village. Now at the duck pond, enjoying a nice mint magnum. Yum 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 yum. About 8 miles later, just got to Leiston Abbey. Let's have a quick look and get back on the road. I want to get to Orford and have some more chips, because I've got that urge. As I mentioned earlier, I love these old buildings. Look at the size of that archway. Absolute huge, and the details just simply incredible. Those windows are pretty impressive. Must be about 20-25 foot vertically and about 12 foot, 14 foot say horizontally. Absolutely huge. What a beautiful, beautiful place. Like many of these old abbeys, they're normally early medieval, 14th, late 13th to 14th centuries. Yeah, absolutely lovely place, very relaxing. Did you hear that? Lovely little bird chattering away. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Nice little tower up there. Stairs have fallen down a long time ago. That's quite cool. Nice little cubby holes to pitch your tent in if you're sneaky. That place is awesome, but I bet that upkeep is a bit expensive. Anyway, let's get back on the road. There's a nice little picture of what it may have looked like back in the day. Sometimes it's quite difficult to tell what was what in an old place like this, because it's been changed so much over the years and rebuilt for different purposes, and obviously had wars and stuff, so it's burnt down and been demolished through whatever siege in the history of man. Anyway, let's go. It's nearly 4 o'clock. I'm gonna chill out for another 20-30 minutes, enjoy my bitter, then get back on the road. Might end up at Orford Castle, but might find a spot to rest my head for the night along the way. I'll see you there. Nice little church behind me here on Snape Common, or Church Common I think it's called here in Snape. Snape Maltings, very, very historic. Not quite sure what for, I've forgotten, but you can Google that. You're on a internet connected device, so get pressing them buttons, folks. Just make sure you thumbs up the video before you shoot off to do research. Anyway, I'm getting back on this very, very busy road behind me. I had 2 pints too many, I think. Maybe it's I'm dehydrated. Either way, on the road. Did I mention this beautiful day? Absolutely gorgeous out here. Yeah, there's a few old ruins of abbeys and churches around here, so I'll let you know when I find them. Ah, no drone flying. That's where I went wrong. Another beautiful example here in Icon of a medieval church, early medieval. You can see this smaller rear part of the church. It's been built on a few hundred years after it was first created. This one's actually thatched, which most churches were originally, so it's always great to see the originality and features in these old historic buildings. Anyway, cool, there's a big old swarm of wasps up there. There's no way you'll be able to see them, but big old swarm of wasps or bees up there. Anyway, back on the road. Nearly the end of the day, folks. Did I mention it's beautiful outside? I think I did. Orford that way, Southwold. Yeah, let's go this way. And I almost missed this little gem. This is a church in between Icon and Orford. It says Commonwealth War Graves on the sign. Not sure what church it is. Looks pretty medieval to me, so it could be an Ethelred. Since I was last down this track a few years back, they've actually put shingle down, which is absolutely treacherous. I'd love to hang my hammock up in this woods, but I've only got a bivvy bag set up today for this week's tour. And across there is loads of moorland, and where used to be trees have cut down years ago, so I can't really justify sleeping over there in the marshland. It's a bit rough and rugged underfoot, under your sleeping bag type thing, you know, a bit too lumpy and bumpy. Plus that's where all the snakes bask in the sunshine in the morning and late afternoon. So yeah, let's keep walking down this way, keep having a look. So you can see some nice pine woodland. There's a little bit of birch up ahead that I'm hoping to get into, and fingers crossed this silver birch plantation will be a little bit more dense and spread out so I can slip in there, set my bivvy bag up later this evening, about half an hour before it gets dark, in a few hours time. But before then I'll just chill out and relax, catch up on a bit of social media, you know, that type of jazz. But we'll see what happens. Anyway, there's a crossroads. Love it. Which way do I go? That way. Let's go. Through that gap in the trees, there's some beautiful, beautiful silver birch trees. Massive plantation. Absolutely pucker spot for the night. Yep, I'm going over there, but it does mean to walk through all these gorse, hawthorn and brambles in lycra. Great job. I'll see you soon when I'm all cut up, bandaged up, and got a drink of water in me. Now this is exactly what I'm talking about. It's nice general birch trees, silver birch trees, and a few hazels thrown into the mix. This is going to make a perfect wild camping spot, and on the ground all you got is a few sticks and some weeds growing, so that's nice and easy to overcome for the camp. So I've had a bit of change of heart. Someone saw me over that side of the woods, so I am actually going this little bit of pine woodland here. Nice flat area down there, nice and cushioned by all these pine needles as well. Just remember, if you do cook with a methylated spirit burning stove or even a gas burner, just go careful not to set the forest alight. But the amount of devastation that forest fires do is, well, yeah, truly devastating. Anyway, it's all man-made pine woodland. You can see all the lines, all the rows of trees going right down. Brilliant for hammock camping. So there you go, there's my spot for the night. Hey! Right, so I've just got changed, ready for a night's sleep. Sunset's over that way somewhere. Can't really see it, there's too many trees in the way. But yeah, in the front roll bag I've just got all of my kit, body warmer, some thermal underlayers and leggings. Looks a bit silly, but this is not a community inspired tour, so I'm not really too fussed what I look like on camera, to be fair. You know, if it works, it does the job, that's all I care about. Along with this I've got another little lightweight jacket. There's no insulation in this, just a thermal lining inside, which yeah, it's like a microfiber fleecy type material, TS1 material. And this thing just goes over the top of what I'm wearing now on the top half of my body, just keep the wind at bay a little bit more than what I can expect from this vest. I'm now going to set up the camp, if my bike stays still for 5 minutes without falling over, and yeah, we'll have a nice picturesque, camouflage, low profile, stealth camping, whatever you want to call it, bivvy set up down here. And just so everyone knows, this place is filled with mosquitoes and loads of big black hovery things that look like land going seahorses, I don't know. Anyway, on with the camp. And just like magic, there's a bivvy camp. As you can see underneath, I've put a stick to keep some headroom there, with the bivvy bag case wrapped around it so it's not damaging the tarp at all, but it does a good job at creating more headroom. And this also helps on a warm evening, create a nice breeze through. For my bike, I'm going to be cable tying it up to the tree, and I've also tied it with a loose end of paracord with a little semi hangman's noose knot. It's not perfect, it's quite rough actually, but you get the idea. Bike is absolutely perfect for this tour, apart of course from the off-road section I'd done earlier, but I've done well, done very well actually, considering 28mm slick tyres on it. Anyway, I'm going to roll this bivvy up. This one's got a halfway length zip right through the middle. It's a quite expensive bivvy bag, so I do look after it. I've forgotten my ground sheet. So what I'm going to do now is chill out. I'm going to relax, listen to some nature's calls. There aren't that many tweety birds tweeting away here, but there's plenty of mosquitoes about, that's for sure. Yeah, everything's going well. There's no rain, not that much wind today. A few windy spots in from the east, northeasterly direction. But yeah, it's been a really nice day. Tomorrow what we'll do is we'll go straight over to Orford Castle whenever I wake up. I don't like hanging about, especially when we're stealth camping like today. I'm in the woods quite a distance, away from main footpaths and that sort of thing. I'm going to wake up, as soon as it gets light, I'm going to get up, get my thermals off. I've got my cycling kit underneath this and my shorts in it and my socks that I'm wearing anyway. While bikepacking, I usually wear socks for about 2 to 3 days, depending how minging they are. And yeah, I've got 2 spare sets just in case, so that's a week's worth. And also some merino wool socks that Snugpack gave me years ago, which I still have, which come in very handy for the cold mornings here in the UK, because my feet get freezing. One more thing before I go, boys and girls. The sun is extremely bright in my face. I'll just stand this side. Last pucker. I haven't put my sleeping mat up yet because it's bright yellow colour, as you can see in the background. And nor have I put my sleeping bag in my bivvy. I'll be setting everything up properly when it gets a bit more dark. Anyway. Corona. Morning world. Oh, it was cold last night. Back in bloody freezing last night. Oh, this air mattress has gone down a little bit, so my hip's been digging into the cold, cold earth. Oh, mosquitoes going bzzz in my ear all night. I had a dream, which is very rare for me. I like having dreams. Don't know what it was about. I think I got ate by fish or something. Let's see what the time is. It's steep at the clock. Steep at the clock. It's 5:30 in the morning. It's cold. Oh, I don't know. Oh, I need a wee. I'm getting up, and then I'm getting straight back in this sleeping bag after I pump the mat up. I'm cold, man. It's freezing. There's an absolutely beautiful sunrise that way. It is rather cold. The light's shining through the trees quite beautifully at the moment. And I don't know if you notice this or not on the camera, but I'm actually halfway out of my tarp. Somehow slid across in the night, even though it's downhill that way. I don't know, it happens. I'm a wriggler. Anyway, bit of food, bit of water, and I'm getting up. So, I'm packed up, ready to go. Bike's all ready. Everything's in different bags now, I can't be bothered with it. So, everything fixed nice anyway, bit of spare room. No issue there, changing and swapping about positions of things in the bags. Rucksacks are ready to go. It looks like I'm not changing, I'm actually wearing my ProViz Reflect 360 leg and arm warmers at the moment. They do really well. I just warmed them up by chucking them in my sleeping bag earlier. I may have told you, I don't know, it's too early. It's only 7 o'clock still, I've been awake hour and a half-ish. I don't know, let's get on the road. I love it when you're up so early you can see your shadow horizontal first thing in the morning and last thing at night. Big pile of dirt, Adam, big pile of dirt, boy. So about 3.5 miles down the road we got to Orford. Currently at the church. It's quite a beast, to be honest. Absolutely huge, that thing. Yeah, well impressive. Anyway, there's some really old houses over there from about 15th century, I reckon. Let's go have a look around Orford and take a look around the castle. Cool, so we made it to Orford Castle. Couple of small cannons lining the front. If you're not quite happy with that view, there's a sky view over here on the map. So much going on in the landworks over here. Where you can see the river at the top of the picture, all this used to be beach, right up to the castle pretty much. Yeah, good bit of history here. Not quite sure what dates. Probably again 14th century, something like that. Could have been rebuilt earlier, not sure. Anyway, let's take a look around. In the distance over there, over on Orford Island, that's where the United Kingdom developed the sonar technology back in World War II. They also had German defences which consisted of setting the sea on fire from the German invasion that happened in the early 1940s. Yeah, bit of classified information there. I think it's declassified now, so it should be alright. Anyway. There's Butley Priory with a couple of G-Wagons in the front. There's some nice Mercedes Jeeps. Old place, but it's private residence, so I'm going to turn around and keep cycling to Woodbridge. It's a wonderful world and a beautiful day. It could be rain, wind, sleet, hail, more wind, but I'm still exploring my bike. Could be a new theme song, not sure, probably not, I'm terrible at singing. I'm here at Rendlesham Forest. It's a beautiful area, loads of pine trees and small woodland dotted about the place. Absolutely gorgeous, but today's fact of the day, there was actually a UFO sighting here, and it's one of the world's most well documented and trusted UFO sightings. There is a UFO landing here apparently. This was witnessed by US personnel on the military base next door. They were out just for patrolling the borders of the base itself. And down this road behind me, where that 4x4 has just gone, somewhere down there is the actual site where the UFO landed, apparently landed. I'm not too sure, you know, you never know, it's a big universe, and we're here, so if we're here on this planet and all of these animals on this planet, there must be something else out there. I haven't seen any hard evidence, but you never know. Anyway, back on the road. Just stopped off at Melton Bakery here at train station near Woodbridge. Check that out for a sausage roll, absolutely gorgeous. Right, I'm going to tuck into this, get back on the road. Not sure where I'm going to end up, but I'll take you there with me. The birds are singing, but you can't hear them very well. Wonder why. I've just cycled about 10-15 more miles from Melton Bakery, where I had that lovely sausage roll. Absolutely gorgeous. A few miles from there I stopped in Woodbridge and had a large hot chocolate from Costa Coffee. Ah, that made me feel bloated up the hills. Not that there's many hills in Suffolk, but there's a couple near Woodbridge. So I was slogging up them hills in almost bottom gear, granny gearing it all the way. I've just been to a place called Evans Cycles over in Martlesham. They talk almost as much as I do. It's really nice to see such a friendly bunch of guys. If you're watching this, thank you very much for being so welcoming. It's really good to see a community of bike riders working in a bike shop together. Some places, as I mentioned to the guy earlier, like Halford say, and other bike shops, they employ people just to have a job, and they don't actually care that much about how your bike is. They just want return customers. Evans Cycles Martlesham, big thumbs up from me, guys. I'm going to be chilling out. I'm going to have a quick drink. If I've got any water left, I don't think I have. I might have to nip across the road to local Tesco or Co-op or something. Anyway, I'm going to relax here for 5-10 minutes. Then I'm going to visit my grandmother and see where the day takes me. Right, boys and girls, that's the end of this week's lesson. It was cut a bit short because I'm a bit more fit than I used to be, so I've got the miles done quicker. In fact, I've cut out a whole day and a half of cycling, so yeah, a massive shout out to Van Nicholas Cycles for letting us use their new bike. It's called the Ventus. My bags fit on perfectly. These are custom made by Lotus. I've been with them years. I rely on them. They made me a custom frame bag and a custom bag at the front. Obviously I need tightening that up. Rear bag, yeah, need a new one. Boys from Evans Cycles said get the Ultura ones, they're waterproof. If you're wondering why it's really loud here, the A14 connecting the Felixstowe docks, one of the main ports in the Felixstowe, is just behind me, and the train is going past to the docks that way. Really noisy. Sorry to end the video here. I'd like to end videos on a nice scenic place. One thing I would like to point out is please don't take this bike or a road bike with 28mm tyres down gnarly gravel and dirt trails like I was a couple of days ago. It's a bit stupid. I only done it because I have confidence to do it, but it's not made for that. I was just putting this bike through its paces and it done really well. But yeah, please don't follow my routes and expect to do the same trail safely. This is all my personal experience put into this ride, as you probably saw through the dodgy camera work through them dirt and sand trails. This trip was all about refreshing and recapping on the routine of touring, meeting new people. I haven't spoken to strangers in so long due to lockdown that, you know, it's hard to communicate properly with people nowadays because it's just, you don't get a chance to talk to anyone in public anymore. Anyway, if you're inspired to go out on a bike packing trip of your own, or even bike touring with full pannier rack set up, do it. Get out of your comfort zone. You won't feel comfortable at first, but after, you know, even a couple of days, your mindset changes, your attitude changes. You'll soon realise that the world is a good place, full of good people. Don't believe the news, it's full of rubbish. Get out and about, outdoors, on your bike, or backpacking, bike packing, whatever you can. My name's Hippyswift. If you like this video, please subscribe for more. Till next time, stay safe and hope you find peace on your bike.